Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Africa We Deserve. This is a bold networking video cast brought to you by the International Institute of Family Development. This is an opportunity for us to get together, families, friends, and colleagues, to showcase the efforts and the work that's happening all across the diaspora. This is an opportunity for us, Black folks globally, to get inspired, to invest, and to get involved in each other's lives, because the only way forward is for African diaspora unity economically and to build our own social capital. And so today we have with me my good sister Adama Kalokoh from Sierra Leone. She'll be showcasing an opportunity in Sierra Leone for Black people globally to get involved in. Adama, my sister, Africa is and her people are
Bountiful, and my
bountiful
people are hardworking.
and hardworking. So tell me about the hard work you've been doing in Sierra Leone.
Yes, so I am the founder of Impact Sierra Leone organization, which was officially launched October 2019. Many people may know that I have been doing a lot of work as a descendant of Sierra Leone for with various opportunities. And so right now we're on the ground following things that empower our people. That is one thing that I always love to do, is empower our people so that they can look towards and have hope for a better future, and hope that they are able to do greater things despite the situation, despite the poverty, despite the 10-year civil war aftermath. There's still great things that they can do. And so I'm really honored to be here to share a little bit about that. But I and my organization, Impact Sierra Leone, we're just doing our own part to really help make things better. We can't solve all the problems, but we can, with our efforts, we can empower through projects, through job creation, through donations, through skills training, various projects. We're pretty spread out, and I'm really proud of what we have done so far.
Fantastic. Sierra Leone, just like the United States of America, just like in communities in the United States of America where Black folks are, no matter where we are, there's some type of situation happening for towards us. And the impact of poverty has played a significant role in our health outcomes, the way that we see the future, our hopes, our desires. And in this conversation today, the get involved segment of this conversation today, you're presenting an opportunity to uplift Sierra Leone, but also an invitation for Black folks in the diaspora here, Black Americans, Black Caribbeans, Blacks in South America, those who want to get involved with the work that you're doing, to do so. Sierra Leone, as you, many of our friends, families, and colleagues who are tuning in and watching us, has recently opened up its arms and welcomed many folks back through naturalization, through a repatriation process to Sierra Leone. Sierra
Mhm.
Leone is a very welcoming place. It's on the west coast of Africa, beautiful Africa, with a tropical climate. And so tell us more about what exactly Impact Sierra Leone is doing.
And so our current project right now that I would say that I'm most proud of is our agricultural farm initiative. So uh, we have our team that are based here, but we also have a team that is based in Sierra Leone. And so collectively, we have identified a farming community in a rural area of Sierra Leone, which is called Yonibana. That's the overarching uh, village. And
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that that is a village that my parents hailed from. And so I have a deeper connection, a deeper passion to do more there. So we have a farm there, over 400 acres. Through the partnership of Kampala Agriculture Farm, we are partnering with them, and our efforts pretty much have about 200. It involves 250 farmers from 10 villages, so it's 25 farmers, and our farm is located at Pointu. village, and this is where they come 6 days out of the week to come and work the land, to toil the land, to prepare the land for harvesting. So this is a rather new project, but it's really taken off really fast, but really good, just because we have the right connections and the right partners at the right time. And so we are really proud that a community where farming is a major source of life. This is what most people do in that community. Um, but not having the resources, not having the tools, not having the area to farm, we have created that opportunity. And with more partnerships, we can create and make that opportunity grow and grow. So these individuals, the farmers, we're hoping within the next 3 months that we'll have a bountiful farm with corn and um, mangoes, pineapples. We have a lot of plans with the right help to really make that farm project turn into something bigger, where we produce entrepreneurs and people who have hope to do even greater things with what they're doing, to make juice, and there's so many things that can come out of that. So that's our
Great.
project. We also have an active role for some time with an orphanage, which is near dear to my heart, Save the Young Girls Foundation Orphanage. And the reason why it's near dear is because female empowerment is a really a big pillar of Impact Sierra Leone. Because really, if you empower the women, it really does empower the nation, as the woman who gives birth to the children and have that strength to make so many creative things. So I've been working with this orphanage since last year, and we're trying to turn these girls. We bought provided a sewing machine for them, and through that, they have been sewing step by step dresses, and they sewed COVID-19 masks. And so we don't want them to be just orphans. We want them to be outstanding young girls. They're going to grow up to be young business women that
Yeah.
are going to thrive and really give back to Sierra Leone. And so that's something that I'm really, really proud of that we're doing. And so our support for them, we have been sending donations and clothes. We just partnered with the board of directors for Save the Young Girls to do back to school. So education and empowerment, those are the two key things that we really try to keep at the forefront of all the projects, everything that we do. And so the orphanage and the farming initiative, those are our two babies right now that we feel that really could be a good door for our diaspora brothers and sisters to get involved in and take it to the next level.
So, Dalma, you've been here in the United States for quite some time, over 20 some odd years, right? You've gone to college here.
Yes.
Uh,
Actually, I was born and raised here. Let me say
you were
that.
born and raised here, gone to
Yes.
college here, grew up and
Yes.
had a life here. So you understand the complexities of being both Black American and then to be an African living in America. So let's talk for a minute to our friends, families, and colleagues that are working. What is the opportunity? Why is it important for the diaspora, for those who of us who are Black Americans, Black Caribbeans, Black South Americans, to get involved in projects and initiatives that are happening in Africa?
Well, I will start by providing my favorite tag and quotes. United we stand, together we rise. We cannot do things divided. And I think one of the themes that I have tried to, um, you know, state or kind of give off is unity as a person, as you said, growing born and raised in DC. I didn't always love being an African descendant, but as time went on, I matured and I visited Sierra Leone. I fell in love with Sierra Leone, and that was it. And I decided at that moment that I would use my experiences, my visits to Sierra Leone, my culture, to not only do something, but also educate my brothers and sisters on here, because I feel that without us knowing about each other, without each other connecting, you will have a viewpoint of Africa based on what you know or based on what someone else has told you. But why not have an experience from someone who has visited there, who has touched the land and touched the soil? And so that's been one of my biggest things, to really exchange my culture as I try to serve. I have always tried to do the best I can to use social media to the best of my ability by telling the story. One of my things is I always say Chronicles of the Diaspora Queen. That means I'm going to post a picture of somewhere I visited in Sierra Leone, and I'm going to tell the story. And there's a story in each of us, and I believe that that story leads you to a purpose. And I believe that all of these years of me just always trying to push that Sierra Leone is not worse. Sierra Leone has potential, and Sierra Leone is a diamond in the rough. And so I have given myself that responsibility to connect and, really influence my folks that are here in America to get involved. That you don't have to be afraid that no one's going to steal your money or anything like that. But, we all have that voice, and your voice matters. Your voice can rechange the stories that maybe someone already had about Sierra Leone based on what they see. And so I've always made it a pact that I don't want people to when they hear Sierra Leone, they see the war, or they see the mudslides, or they see anything
Sarah, it's
else.
much more than that.
Yes, it's more to that. And so I believe that the opportunity that I have as a woman who has grown up in a household with parents who spoke the language, who are from the village. My mom and dad were born in the village, and they told us the stories. I had that responsibility to pass it on to my kids, but also to pass it on to my friends. And I always say that there's a book in me coming that's going to capture all those stories, capture the first time that went to Sierra Leone, the first time I went to the village, the first time that I went to visit people, and I didn't speak the language, but we spoke to each other because of that love. And I believe that I wouldn't do myself a justice if I kept that inside. And so I believe that it is now turning it into something bigger. It's not just exchanging stories, it's exchanging culture, and it's also exchanging the opportunity for me to connecting the thread, culture, you
Yeah.
know.
So we're connecting a thread, but also, what I'm hearing from our conversation here is that there is a business engagement opportunity available in Sierra Leone. When we say Sierra Leone is a diamond in the rough, all of Africa is rich within minerals. And there's many people who are coming with their resources and technologies and skills and taking that raw material out
Yeah,
and creating a whole pathway and job market in other
yeah,
countries. And still, where black folks are in Africa and in other places, that this economy is bypassing us, it's going over our heads or around us. And so this business opportunity is a way for us to get into that market, is to
yeah,
get involved, to get invested, to start caring about where we come from. Because
yeah,
here we see quite literally that economic oppression, COVID-19 has really laid bare for us a worldview
yeah,
that we can come to a halt. And the brunt of that halt and the brunt of this is being felt by Black folks. And so
that
we
is,
want to change that dynamic, is what I'm hearing you saying. And Sierra Leone is a place that we could do that in.
yes, absolutely. And one of the things, as I said, about the farming, not just for them to grow produce, but to take that, and currently Yonibana, particularly a lot of the villages, there's no marketplace. There's no place for them to sell the produce. And so, when you hear that, that they have to um, grow their crops, but then there's no hope that they will actually be able to sell them. That's the opportunity. How can we invest so that not only can they be able to grow and market these delicious vegetables, but they can turn it into maybe a developing a juice product and maybe having our
Absolutely.
names on it where it could be sold over here in the US. Or they have so many talented people. I
Say
have to
that again, Adama. Say that
some,
again. Because I think our family, friends, and colleagues miss that. When we go to Jamaica, when we go to places, we go to Malawi, we
yeah,
have pineapple, mango, it rots upon the ground, fall and rot. We have
yeah,
major corporations, multinational corporations come in, buy a huge tonnage of that product, take those mangoes and pineapples and tomato, if anybody eats jollof rice, takes that product out of the country, produces and processes and transforms it into canned tomato paste, into canned juice, and then resells it to the same people that they took the raw product from. And within Africa, the International Institute is on a mission to bring 1 million jobs to the continent by 2030. One of the ways of doing that is by which of creating manufacturing companies and plants so that you can have your own orange juice company, and
Oh,
it
wow.
employs people. And Sierra Leone is an opportunity. I'm just bridging here. This is what this conversation,
I
the Africa
totally
we
agree with you.
deserve.
That is
It's a
that is
bridge.
the opportunity because we definitely have that lack. We have so many farmers who always are saying that their produce was spoiled, and it's, I mean, in bountiful amounts, like a lot of amounts that just spoil. And so why can't we change that into products that could be sold and be able to bring that income back? And so that was actually one of the things that I was thinking about. But for the farmers right now, not able to purchase the seedlings, not able to have that, not able to have the tools, the machinery, and being able to, lacking the fertilizers. Those are the opportunities where I feel like your organization can come in that because they're surrounded by agriculture. I mean, it's an abundance, but not being able to, do anything with it. But that was my vision, is like some kind of a product that we can make, just like you're saying, that can be able to be manufactured and bringing that back in to that community. That is where I feel, and like you said, being able to market it with your name and our vision, partnering with t-shirts, it can turn into something where that is a diaspora connection. We're connecting the cultures, but we're also connecting in business
We're
as part
connecting the wealth,
in wealth.
and we're looking at legacy building, because doing that right creates business opportunities that expands both continents, and it impacts. And then once you start producing that juice, can you imagine? Right now there's a food shortage for many places and food deserts in America, that most African folks and most people don't think about America as having food deserts for particular low income, particularly black and brown Latino families. That is happening here in the United States, where there's no fresh food, no fresh product, and nothing organic. Imagine if there was a pathway from Sierra Leone to the United States. Right now, we have a pathway from Jamaica to the United States with some of its products. But can we expand that? And so, family, friends, and colleagues, right now, this is an opportunity to get involved with Sierra Leone, for Impact Sierra Leone, with my sister Adama, to make a dream come true. Make your dream come true. Make an opportunity come true for you to go to the continent and visit the continent. Make it an opportunity to come connect with the culture. Make an opportunity available for that you're building legacy wealth, not just for you in the now, but for generations to come, because your family deserves it. And by the way, it's from where you come from, because you are royalty after all.
Exactly. Wow. I really appreciate that. That is definitely the keyword, pathway, and having that opportunity to lead just bigger and better things. That is something that I've always had in my mind in a lot of the things. And I didn't know where the um, my service would lead me, and even with Impact Sierra Leone. This is definitely right on time. And I know that there are opportunities with the right people and the right partners really can really make things happen. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. So we have this opportunity available at Impact Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is doing a lot. You're doing a lot of this work here with the orphanages. We've talked about what does it mean for people to get involved. How do people get involved?
I will let you know. So before I get into that, I did want to add that another opportunity we have with the orphanage is just kind of like a training center, a tailoring center that would allow, how we have people that manufacture a lot of the African wear, like the beautiful one that you're wearing. There's so many talented people that are sewing, but they're not having that market to sell. And so I wanted to also add that in addition to the agriculture, that is our outlook. That is our vision for the orphanage, turning it into a training center, a training ground, or I have a business partner that is in fashion design. And so that's also a vision that I wanted to make sure I did not skip out on. And
Absolutely.
there's an opportunity to turn these women into small business owners as they make all these beautiful things, especially at the orphanage. That's something that we want to invest in, like sewing machines and all those things. So I wanted to make sure I add that.
I'll
So
tell
how
you,
do?
I'll add one other sheet live in front of our friends, families, and colleagues. You send dresses here. I will not only wear those dresses, but I will market them, let them know
Yes.
who the designer is, how to
Yes.
get a hold of the designer,
Yes.
showcase the designer here on the network, and put a link up so the designer can gain business. Because this
Absolutely.
is we need to get
We
involved in
we
our
will
lives.
be we will be that bridge because I
Yeah.
have connections with so many people in Sierra Leone that make crafts, that make dresses. I had to bring a few of them. We have some
Wow.
talented people in Sierra Leone
What is
who
that? Do say, what is it, my sister? What is that you're showing? Tell the story.
this is a wood carving that I bought years ago. And when I say wood carving, I mean they actually used their knife and their sketch and hands to make this intricate wood design. And I've had it and treasured it for years. And baskets, the weaving by hand. I had
Wow.
to buy um, weaving by hand and lots of really beautiful fabrics. Sierra Leone is bountiful in a lot of talent. And that's one of the things that I try to always, there's an opportunity not just to go and buy from each other, but to bring here. And that's the bridge that I really want our partnership to really open that door because they have, I mean, when I say the talent, you'll see them on the street just making these things. So I wouldn't do myself a justice for them to not mention that. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to do at the orphanage as well as in the village too, because a lot of the kids in the village, especially at some of the schools, after high school, there's no jobs. There's no
Yes.
opportunity. And so we want to create, just like you said, that pathway, not only for the agriculture, but for also in the skills training, for the tailoring and making the clothes and making arts, crafts, and shipping. Hopefully, when that visit comes, that's something that we want to do, like some do it yourself workshops. But we'll get into that. But I wanted to make sure I mentioned about the other talents that I feel like will be a booming market for the folks who have their crafts and markets and clothes through our partnership to be able to sell them here and be able to have that connection. And each one will have a story. I always tell a story,
Yeah.
and I feel that as you say, inspire, invest on your website. If you can't have an inspiration to it, that's where your legacy is built. You need to have a inspiration. Who is Aminata who sold this fabric? And I feel that that would even open the door to that connection.
That is so important. So, you have all of this information that you've been sharing, you've been showcasing, you've talked about, what's happening in Sierra Leone. What's the relationship that you have with the government of Sierra Leone to help make this, dream come to life?
Well, currently, I would say that one of my board members, who is a well-seasoned professor, lots of experience, has some connections with the Parliament as well as the Ministry of Agriculture, and so those are discussions that we have started to have in terms of how we could take Impact Sierra Leone to the next level in terms of business. And so those are partnerships that we have on the ground.
Right.
I do know a few people through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my source. Everyone knows that's where I really use that opportunity to really tell what's going on with Impact Sierra Leone and thrive and network because networking with the right people really will take you to the right place. And so I'm hoping that, in near visits to be able to connect with higher level, but in terms of, um, real term relationships, we have a connection with the Department of Agriculture, Ministry
That's
of Agriculture.
fantastic.
Yeah,
So there's a real live connection with the Ministry of Agriculture. So friends, families, and colleagues, for those who are listening, getting involved in here is not just grassroots. We're doing grassroots, and we have people on the ground. Adama has people on the ground in Sierra Leone that are about this life. We
yes,
know that we African people are creative. We're geniuses, right? If no one has told you today, let me sit here and let you know that you're a genius because I am evident that you are, right? Because I am, because you are. The other thing that we have is a real opportunity to get involved in Sierra Leone. Idris
yes,
Elba is involved in investing and leading the way in Sierra Leone. The president has opened the door for investment opportunities, and his first lady in Sierra Leone, and made wonderful news and headlines about that. And there are others that are on the ground who are part of a coalition of Gullah Geechee Nations people who are doing enormous work on the ground in Sierra Leone that is connected to the International Institute, that's connected to Adama's organization that has been leading the way in repatriation and naturalization, dual citizenship. So when you think about the hardships that are happening here in the United States of America, the,
Yeah.
from our brother George Floyd to our son Tamir Rice, and to the countless other incidents that have created an
Mhm.
impact on our psyche and our well-being.
Mhm.
COVID-19 exposing the rawness of our system,
Yeah.
whereas we Black folks here are suffering economically and have been for quite some time. This is an
Mhm.
opportunity to bridge that divide and come
Mhm.
together in unity, build our social networks because we have access to a government administration, the Minister of Agriculture in
Mhm.
Sierra Leone. Adama's organization is doing great work, and we have an opportunity to build wealth and do social good. I don't see that there's not another reason why we shouldn't be more involved in Impact Sierra Leone and lifting up Sierra Leone, the nation as a whole, because
Yeah.
we benefit when Africa rises.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And so you said, how can we get involved? We do have a website, and that is www.impactsierraleone.org. And there's an opportunity there to see a lot of our work that we've been doing with the farmers as well as the orphanage. We have also been doing work with the some schools because we do try to have we try to place importance on education, but you'll see some videos of some of the farmers. We don't just go and just see the farmers. We try to make sure that we get involved, because as you invest in the farmers and their lives, and building, you're building a strong farmer that's going to produce a strong product. And so relationships are key. And so we have lots of our blog posts, recent blog posts that will give you insight on how our impact has really gone far. And so we really want the our people, our brothers and sisters, to look at investing in the farmers as a way to that pathway for that business, that booming business that will collectively build wealth for our for us as a whole. And so I would love for people, if they want to get involved, if they want to invest and donate, they can do that directly to our website, and those donations will go towards. Right now, we're trying to get our land prepared to grow those produce, to grow those fruits and vegetables. And so that's really where we're at in our stage. And so we need all hands on deck to be able to do that, and really create a greater outcome. And you'll see the orphanage there as well, and you'll see a lot of the videos of them sewing. And so the opportunity to donate towards them, we're trying to get a sewing machine, more fabrics for them, so that they can continue making these products, and trying to go working towards that tailoring center that's in the future, that we know is going to happen. And
So,
hopefully
Adama,
that.
what do you know? What do you know, my sister?
I do know that greater is coming for Sierra Leone through the partnerships of united people. I do know that.
So, ya tu sabes, my people, mi gente. You know already that diaspora unity is the only way to go. December 2020, there is
Yes,
a chance to get involved in
yes,
Impact Sierra Leone. We're looking
yes,
for involvement here. Investment is at your own leisure, but involvement. Go to the continent. COVID
yes,
19 seems to be spreading. It seems to be a second wave coming on from what some of the scientists are saying. Sierra Leone is a good place to be. There's lots of things happening in Sierra Leone. You're looking
yeah,
to build your wealth, legacy wealth. You're looking to get involved. You're looking for opportunities to explore repatriation. You're looking to connect to your culture, to your people, to our heritage.
mhm,
Definitely, this broadcast will be showcasing a flyer that is put together by Impact Sierra Leone by Adama at the end of our broadcast for all of our friends, families, peeps, and colleagues here to take a look at and to get involved in Sierra Leone. Thank you
yes.
so very much, Adama, for coming today
My
to talk about Impact Sierra Leone for showcasing the work, letting your friends and your colleagues know, and your seamstresses and in Sierra Leone, if they have product that they want to showcase here, if they have dresses that they want to showcase as designers, I'm happy to wear them and give them their rights, so that they can have more people come
Yeah,
aboard and buy their products. The
exactly.
International Institute of Family Development produces the Africa We Deserve. This is a video cast that happens every Sunday. 3 questions, 30 minutes, and a chance to change the trajectory of Black folks forever. We're looking forward to economic unity and greater social capital. Friends, families, and peeps, it has been a wonderful conversation today. We thank you for joining us, and do
Thank you.
take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on this show. Thank you so much. I'm honored and I can't wait because this is going to be a great partnership.
Perfect. Here we are. And with that, until next time.